Everyone for my cover, Ediba does it TV quick one. And then betray more than someone army kwakwaye madio. Na enra video bi ko viral na Mr. Du. Mr. Du dey say him say ba omi ano wo ntimi me dey obi anim say ba me twam no hu say ha na wo dey ama me monwura ne honko bisa ne say enra nsem o kan no wo comment section na say amafo say waka ne kro asem o kan na eye ne kre ba ma badura hanko ade a me bisa ne say kenra enra eja bi obi no de mpese be bisa ne say e ba ne sen na wo de nkanim say ba omi anam ha na wo nam ha ba enra stage okogina ya na analysis o make here be uko comment section na so bia na ne ya adwen nsa na be de me nwura ha na me so onso nka bi fa nkyere me na magana fo hu se asam na okan no edika Mr. Du mo akwa ba de bada ti
ya operi ya
nanka o janka ba o me na manka o na ho nse ba nse na afi de won sama okan bebre na ne o ya adwen uko comment section na so a you want to read the comment ma me mfa credit Emma Solid TV team on the post is part of your presentation. Now it seems everybody feel like over 90% of the comments say no we are doing with the analogy or create bank also dey him say ba o miana nkaja o kwanka won ne ko afi de ba ne say na wa switch dey ba team Ken so we are connected.
We don't say we will the kamani na but finra me kasa ya ebse course wa ba ne ade me ka bi obi aka jam social media
no so the social media no me say won ka
media ya na be paris but be open party na do no me feel say mpani bi adwen ya free ne ma bi so kakra aniti na ma ye mo bi aforce ye say ye mra bonten ye so ye meka kakra ne atwe mpanifo mo fra na youth no do na adwen nyina be bi a party ni gina at this point any records wo ho ni mo nchire mo
answer no beto aso bi wo ho kra onim Mr. Du e hwan we MPP quick one
okay open me na records as chairman how break my way said ya
okay
I say ya out to say o dia obi say do na friend because we be that but do na friend chairman na me constituency chairman
okay
I'm in charge there somewhere I think 3-4 years ago and no more to be I'm the chairman
okay
can I am your treasurer
okay enti na o ka we no ha se
yeah no correct enti enra titu na na medi hu komo aye de asi from 1992 ye papa Adwoa Safo abreso besinde baby a party no efria de aba bedro na no correct na wo kan so say no correct first na me wo yura ba o me camp and the last election ye gina mu bi wa ha ma no pa ha ne achichi ni benche nyina but opening results are by for the past 8 months from January to August for somewhere May to July crowd me to kwan kakra tia me na achi kakra na me ofa be holo do ni ade me tia me na achi kakra ko hwe no na me sande kwaje ma ho me opening for the past 8 years to look into the results polling station by polling station first I will make conference here and sana me to us for nationwide and afei me titi yes so say zone goes ne north and ne say baby a ye nuanum simfo tie across the country results so na enye kra enti minyada ko hwe ni nyina poni there over 40,000 polling stations across the country okay woman say my share almost 96-97%. Nyada just saw all the results and I've come to one conclusion. My comparative analysis near there about our results. I am for so many reasons why I bad sir. Yeah. If you see you are doctor about me a victim of circumstances now na enyo no na ke first born more any results e wo honeymoon analysis no enye na do baby ase aka no kore enye results no so am so po na enye ntra but Ghana for no so kasa dodo no kwa botene any baby a meti a waba me ncha besra me opani ha na me wo sebe ebu ha abahwe nkrata mu kakra business ebusu bia business 1 or 2 bia ya otokura tabo aye album ne ye unim dada ye hwehwe nkrata mu ha nti minya adaje wa ha pa family laptop betra ha wa adaje party man dodo no e ba ha no ka kire me se chema mo na mo de ko na no si anye ba o mu bi nti ne ekoto ye mo ne ya ma me ana odi ani mo ha. Now, so this time round today, a jomo ayati nipa si yamfa kenemra. mate for driver for. Baby, I'll be fair, almost do do not see and fire canema. Send your man any other factors. I can't. So graph here and project in run. None of some here any be. And I'm a person with Chirimokaka. I don't know my message and I say. And I see a coswa Gina baby, Gina noa. A beha party. Come dear me a home in some per masempa. A ho, said papa no call bar, a beer, can't you grano? Kakra ye pusa ye nsema be me bie efa position ya dede bia nya me cha de akamenya bi but opani mi hwe be a party ni gina ne se de ekono ya mienye me bisu kakra ebe ha ni nyina ye mfa ya suntie ne fomfo no e ka kire ye party fo mpanifo me de me abofra wa ha as a constituency to o hwe the scheme of national ye ni adede a ke yankora. But essence say nyame a chen sabi ti kakra na nwe yetimi de dwani asu hu de ekono na se fata se bi wo ho ne hu se dua bi wo ho na be wo ani na wan hwe ya wan kasa ho a be ha dwena na se yakasem kakra anu ntia wo hwe yura kwaku kwati wo yura stika penifo bebre kan okura pa wo party mu o ma analysis bi o ma ye na no ma tietie se ne ma ne nyina hu se do abi si e kosu gina bebe gina no a kra na ye ni 2028 impo 2032 ya we ya anokra so betimi aboye
eni tell ye za analysis
no hu za graph no
ye me hu za graph ye koya na afi be see from say
na ye redu bo no start here ya papa do bo he start no there was no record of any MPP presidential candidate. Yenshesa statement in so. There was no record even to compare. Say you were do boy or yard and answer one yard. In any era on a sabresso. Sometimes no ballot box no you pick. And now penny for be saying voter reading. Quite accurate to me got 220. Say no credit, say no credit. These were things I had here. At time I'm a teenager. Papa Ninya 30-something%. But total number of votes was 1.2 million votes. Onukro di yenim e breaking the culture of silence. Ye bema or my MPP nye dini and I'm the kasa and then a troye across the length and the breadth of the country. No, when you 1.2 million votes. But you guys just was party in Penny. Oh, crap, mama, in Kobium. Na dia no Ghana for no penti no matoka kame kwa be yi delegates ni se debi almost sign papa no and there was no record even to compare the first results and performance on ya na oni mi ehu almost sign no yema Europe for call papa no for the first time in the history of MPP in 1996 onya 2.8 million votes. Or they are hoping 1.6 million votes. What does it tell you and I? To number one, Saturday no, I say you repeat candidate and am I a fair chance of winning? Yes, it is. Because Ghana for no usually no I say, oh, did you do baby? And I say, oh, I feel any why I'm mobile.
Yeah. Sympathy vote.
Sympathy vote. But the TN say sympathy vote no be usually now you compare third time to the fourth time. Do we have that time to wait as a political party? I have a very fair chance in 2028. Ira Mahama, Yamicha, so be copium, so on copium. It has its own advantages and disadvantages. Of course, constitution as it is now, and this will copium. Whoever comes, also a very
also will be a first candidate.
It is so crowded and the same. But Ira Kufoka, the other runners, not runners, SI a continuous candidate, but or improve more than double Ira Adwoa in there. What does it tell you? Actually, say party no. Sadia nenkoya na ye bold, near Sisania ye Jumatinia. We can move further. Cross in Sadia Yebetoya. Na mechim akodu say Ira Kufo winning. Onya 2.8 million one winning. But senior party who said, what you improve on the numbers, then it was worth to repeat it. So there was a basis now for repetition. And so for the first time, party na adwene no delegates ne say yes repeating. Oh, nti repetition no party ne trend say wahwe a enye automatic. Say the ebinum person omo de share kon no ye gidie no. That's not how it's been. We only repeat as a party when our performance is very close to the market and him say, they are why ye 12 so a be ye man. And 2000 you repeat it and penny and pani and papa no de about power. And penny and pani and papa no de about power the year 2000. The year 2000 was some PGM. And the core, I say 3.6 or so million votes. Let me quickly refer to the graph. My phone is. Or the year core, yes, 3.6 million votes. The year 2000, and or the winning from 2.8 to 3.6, not the winning. Now, Oko 2004 as a sitting president, Opeye Muko 4.5, and also Odi Mantini. But all we trend here,
yeah.
Eddie Dimune also called the 2 terms as and on that era Kufuor Alan, a era Nanado Kufuor Miamofa, on an era Alan Barber prayer, era Kufuor winning. Can who say? You were for the summer, and penny fortress, I saw no near before. No one tell me down. There was that perception. And now Uncle Four appointed to the fact I said, near for support to Eba Pala.
Alan, yeah. Tonight, so I ain't vacation on supporting.
Okay. And now you are an anado a buy. Now you are by you and Ananya 4.480. Almost the same as Europe before then. That was when we were also trying to break the 8 for the first time. 4.480 and then 4.5, the difference between it. So more or less, if you are technically, statistically, you run an agina Kufo at the end of when Timia improve. Because that time, Ubekaya no oil price and then $100 per barrel. Gold prices are falling. Though all the factors that will favor the country need more than petrol prices cost through. Until now, as a young man, no more about from your kakra.
Okay.
And Ghana for I've been a mouse here medicine fee. Now, Sir Abana, you run another 49 point something, very close. And a boom, and there was every indication said, you run an anchor by dear, because who winning? On only your mills. Kaka Mills of Father Coy 2012. The Euro Mills be free money by Euro Mama buy. And that was when I say Abano in Yamubi could buy a copy court near the party not being mono. You who say the summer chickacra, and who be here say be maintain Euro and so watch the trend. The party repeats a candidate when he shows very good performance, or very close to winning. That is when the party decides to repeat.
Yeah.
And repeating another 3 times. You know, no bad, 49% consistently. He said, Onokrano call 3 times. As in Yamincha, 2016, you ran another how many votes? 5.7 million votes. So from 2008, 4.418, or about 5.2 PGM, and Osande called 5.7 million votes. Now watch this. Or do we need 2016? 2020 crowd here. Or the Komu 1 million vote more.
Yeah.
And no Ekoma is 6.7. How na year na they do it. So in the idea we are as a relay. Those are eco school.
Baton.
Onipa no pick sa. Europe ekufo aye friend say edubo an kodigu ye no na sign no na share race na asefofo. Na Europe for 5 ba. O de ma Europe Nana so page mu na initially no troto ye 2008 no 8 no wantimi antu ne nan because they know anu ohye na support no from the party ni government no she
na no more do so exercise kakra
it troto gina na nam no troto ya enti amfa wini 2012 otu American kakaba na anu nya hye bebre speed no na eya hadwene but 2016 there Sabmeri no Calipo cry na ego da my party. Nti
Nana Calipo
the team Pupra few years Mahama Mono the winning for the first time. It's the second time was some PGM by a difference of 1 million votes from the previous votes. It is not a crowd here. Not a baby year and I could do yet there. Not sitting vice president I did baton amount. And Kaukra there. Ka wanya hwe kura nka ne di master na na mo achi na also trotto because unim otrotto ya ka 6.7 yeah mama say all the 6.6 no dey winning if I'm wrong I am painful venture but I don't think say you Mahama ni vote no na edu yewa na de they do win 2024 nika yewa ma o kura maintain sa vote no te say na yewa na maintain kufuo de no a ka party ni team. But papa no fuji baton. Ba menim say that video bi na nkora bi no mo call relay 4x4. Nkora ba ko di ma akora no kwa fe du ba bi. Akora last one no oji ye no de. On si sign na chiri mum. That video no ho pa ya no yi da ko fo ahe. Akora no yes, akora no sign na chi ba. Enu bi na ye papa ba mi ase de ami hu no. Ekoye and or tea at the end of do 4.6. Oh, I could be a clear do 6.7. 2.1 million vote deficit from the previous one. Across the same way, you say, Money. Me, I'm a dear, what catch them say, Sir 2.1. The next 4 years a day, 3 years a day anymore. You bet me at it is a care BT in this year. A bad attitude. And now beckons one of the greatest questions about the same.
No, about the same for can say there are so many factors I contribute to the defeat.
Opinion is open.
COVID, or your mate, or he just a mate, or you the main driver.
Okay.
And it's in simple way. Did you say it's already in the public domain amount for council?
COVID may fast to a large extent, but the point is that me and my party is only be where I am.
Yeah. But I like the fact
these
that
are factors there. But yeah, Jenny say we are candidate. Na enchire mu bi to say ko bi a okrom ne osom for and ye for there.
yeah.
And ka obi a kra mu a okra no Kenya wow.
Anka so crew for.
Remember resource be. You were Tunga Islamic. You have a constituency, a police stations, purely Islamic. Papa no, and the Zongo Development Fund be see new school. I'm home.
Okay.
School no na wana dana cry. Ovi school kama. Police station Islamic A and B Tunga hono. Sa school fufu na papa no be see mo hono. Eni mu na yeto aba. Nti ati ballot no krama wa woni tu adan no na wo de akoto aba no aba here about me nya 50 votes no here Mahama nya 249 nyame ma me sla kwa nya 63 votes B nya 62 or 63 and then ma me sla nya 72 Mahama nya 239 President Mahama. Sa die wo chire mo say. Okromufuo and osomfo. Yemfa say be some in your politics there. But obia be ofri die. Udie mu for Kyle. And I will credit in the history of the party. Yemfa obia accepting predators or nya can mada. Yina hu se obo homode kakra ne ade yenti emfa factors are idi animu a oba ya de bebre yenko. But the point is, when a bit me a convince me say 2028 I come, Sahaba no bit me asesa. And why didn't your own people vote for you? These are the big questions that beckons on all of us. That needs answers.
Okay.
Wow. And 10 years will be in Papa Panasa me other penny. So me
to me analysis here. Why if you look at the baton to say Venn diagram was a graph. Once I can say
Nina Kosro. The only time I enya plateau, more or less, between 2028. Yeah. Year before I hand over my year. No one de pusa. Just less than very insignificant.
No crying a rerun of.
Thank you.
Time I don't know.
Yes.
The rerun.
I know crying lamp and voice say year before and said that one train who ya more run and I said I guess what born. Say no crying and ready in will be. But it's now prepared or no. Well, who dear you like for the yama? You're about me. What kind of support Benny Nippon farm man? Sebe, party mo. Boss, I don't know, young Korean in a Sikanipa say, yeah. Oh, dear. Penny. That's a resource in our bar. Now, as sure as Ben or say, going forward, you don't cry about a party. But you who soon cry and say, oh, go by beer. Chairman, didn't buy it too. What in the buy?
Grassroots for Nicasa.
Didn't buy it too.
Okay. Because the reason why I mean, if I had said, video moves are a copa. And see, now Miss Mitcham says, no. Me no was a quit and do this. And I remember whom quantity I'm more than I mean, maybe sound because me was amount for comment section as we could read the comment section as and it seems over 90% of them are agreeing with your analogy. Just say it really sync well a core amount for
America. Now, my dear, say, can you imagine? Put yourself in the shoes of Senka, Ira, come Agyapong. And you were the chum. And you were Brian Agyapong. Our parents be bonus say. Ena, you were Ken,
yeah.
Compre. And the court 2024 no, Onya Sabe ya about me. Can you imagine the data man? You about me. Can interpretation Obama to sa graph we. Can you imagine the spins that will go around it? Yeah, I'm passing a kind of crowd now as a whole year policies now, Madame Brussels.
Yeah.
So that it will be restraining home from, but all your performance will party or penny. Then can say Papa no cry na baby. And now factors are kukutia no near dear be not from him, a business so bet me I can say from him because we're open you beer, you walk on no penny for say the whole bad because we economic messiah, we go, you're going to turn things around. Now every time I walk, not done and see in say. No matter the reason you have, you may have a very justifiable reason. But the attorney say, what is your story? I didn't Ghana phone him. The entire year run ma party ni defy all odds. MIMA party card by force 2008 year-old running meeting was because of your economic prowess. Na mpenifo no kasa wo. And whether it was your fault or not, over leadership no kwa na time awo kono na ade no da be almost 15-16 cedis to $1. I found around 4 cedis under 5 in a day. They na Ghana for beka. Then chemu ben ye de be mo no matiase. And has it left their minds? No. And the kayen twen kra na sa bore no ne yi na abeto Ghana for team perception no. Kenu asimra sikakra. Na kayen akra yen mesun frewo. Na bra. To be honest, me mumu de me no aka me ne me yewra na na ko hu me kakra. This time, yes. More so as everybody is calling for the man that they feel or they know, say perception wise, you know, obey me critic jobs because no crap from your own private resources have done so much. And he seemed to be a lot more practical, a lot more pragmatic. And a certain level of charisma, boldness, be so kind of cray. The see kind of no say any party, say any opposition, or become on cray. And comfort feel say this is the time you hear such a leader. Cause Ghana baby you do I say I'm out for ya pa comfort feel say politicians I'm out for agree here then. Go. NDC I want started there. Now so where's the economy? I don't know how the end will be. But obviously say yes be or more massage in your and then they say Atu is forcing or more Kansas City.
Atu is forcing.
How sustainable that is another discussion altogether. But my remember if you made me fear someone. Some perception that's all. And you can let that new freshness evolve. Now party no crime generate conversation for have you thought about second we need primacy here? The next 6 months in this country, the discussion about all attention will be on this party. That alone is enough publicity for us. Obia nim sabi baba omia the story. And even exciting when he wins. And news be akase.
Okay. I think that based on the explanation you have given to me, I didn't hear me this comment section as no. Basically, as I go TikTok saying and say, because mostly you look at the comment, the feedback people are giving to you, so that you know whether the thing amount for either say they are happy or they are not happy. They are but based on the comment, you can say there be more they are mean for so meeting at least get the opportunity to if you are want to me and teach you here you can have
opportunity.
Heat room. Yes, it's not.
I know the heat room. Until my breaking it down, yes, and I mean okay.
Yes.
To hear there, opening, for baton mount. Na ye na ye koye ni mu no.
Oh, the
ba. I don't cry yet small speed o. O hwe you know from 6.7 to 4.6. No.
Banka also the anka him say. Yeah, mommy, legend hanka ojina ninche. Like we are like a left hand man too. Or no, and we all know say last year or support this year I mean say our baby I can say or support about me anyway. But if you just say honestly na a giant say about me no supporting the last year content quality and can you think when in the coba and is there a rift between you and her and Ntioma? What have they will say Ukako support it?
Openly only make a cry and penny for baby so name and offer. At the end, they beat me about my name. There's nothing. There's nothing. It is not about her. I don't know perceive.
So there's not. You don't have any problem.
What problem can I ever have with her? Baby, I say no. I'm gonna be penasem pa don't know where in America. And on him said, "Dear me, or sure." And she knows, despite any pain in our catch, no, say policies, the old more and throw be near Yanko Cabby be near more, yeah, poor, yeah, more pure for near there, yan say nipa near your idea. Mimi yan home near baby, I said, Uncle Can, who and as in a chasm, bonnet, meaning baby, but you see, it's not even about her, it's about our party. The OBD party anymore, can I? Be all right. Say na dwene mu no. So for say aha na se me gina na de boa party no. But explanation me dey ama we. Topani. Sabio. Say ne ma me owo me kra. And as for no about me. Till the explanation me dey ama we ento aso. Look at the trend. Now have factors are more claim say my Lucia. What is the guarantee now? Says our factors need that you can turn it around tomorrow for 2028, even 2032. We stand a greater risk of having a very serious issues in this party if we continue to serially lose that way. And the magnitude of loss Penny is pretty unprecedented. Pretty unprecedented. Also, as about the previous election, a Swetimiati by 2.1 million votes. Are they? Are we saying, and over here, they only say 4.6, the equivalent figure, 2004, about Iraq for Onya 4.5, Onya 4.6. Are we saying, say, into the last 20 years, MPP and to improve on our votes? More so as you ran another, they call 6.7. What are we? I deal with quite a can you discuss it? I don't know, but clearly, I deal with, and you see, when we set that precedent, a Bema leader be a bad dachi, but who said, so no bintamumwa, quite about fast one, only in temper, not party not coming together, rally behind you, obey. But you generally try say, any all the other factors I could tell, well, Obia ne do baby ni intimate economy was. But this was a candidate that when coming, or the economy, no the border, you know. Those were the days of no serializing elections near there. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you near there. Ono me who say, me my economics at higher level, but of course, me economics as my core a university. At least I appreciate some of these things. Penny, near connect is here. If I do, baby, no one can economy once. On a stage, can afford dear who you never be brave. Near the Sabi, and Cassie, you are Kimpaluta and you my baby. But now, here the original chairman be in a stage so. Penny, just me the man, no 2 penny be out. But now, and the boy, you will see fear be. Yeah.
I want to say Sanjum probably wasn't appropriate.
Bro, one can say how do you feel? And then what scenario reflected where we were. And this Sanjum na near the name stage so chere Ghana for now. How do you feel?
Ekoye mama, we dey ekoye.
Na dey no so koye at the time. Na say ekoma asoro for no ana. Because now see how for so.
Yeah.
And how did we respond to their cry? The party for no the yaw. Can't afford in answers.
Okay. Enti last one answer na ibekono. We just say you have taken your time to walk us through your statement, and I'm very happy to say today me buy Senebeya will take opportunity to explain things Senebeya Ghana for better because they are content creators. Sometimes you see a story that people are interested in, you make sure that you go there to do it. So whilst I'm passing by, I don't want to go now. No, that's not a great trend. I mean, go be saying, I'm so on far crime with no teaching in French. Senebeya me so meti was say. Quick one, answer I become did say, yeah, mommy, Adwoa Safo. And once right now to say Bojaye. That's because first 31st January when I'm quite young. Yami Admo we are December to say that is it. Ubi code name says right now they are all coming out to show their support to somebody. And then one can say what in some more kind say. Even though on it your papa can ever matter, but government and your family and friends. But Obiso Kotre say, so are you trying to tell us say Baba family and friends and that statement no making. What do you make of that? And from especially from Team Kenemo camp.
Meaning what the whole team is thinking about with respect to that statement, and what their thoughts are. I don't think those provocations obey it because
that reminds me before.
Not
to cut you short.
There are baits to bring him
to
disrupt his campaign here, or stay focused. And I think he will. It's pretty unnecessary for him. So we'll be out in the world. And me, but if I could carry me there, or see Ken will not do family and friends. Isn't it positive for you, Ken, rather? Probably it is. Because on one area, on the one man, and as will be on the one man there, on your area, move function. na ono akasa so e be ka kire say papa no onwini o mo no Adwoa post there. I say papa no on fa amno yesam no anasa memo no on fa me diagro. He means business for the people of Ghana. Here, Mama can a few things about Irakan. Like him or hate him. But there are few politicians in this country that speak truth to power. Doesn't matter what. We need free more in you. You are sticker. These are the people that I so admire. Of course, my minimum
not to she.
So these are people that I feel say we have to emulate in one way or the other. And it's refreshing. So we have people. I mean, can't say penimfo a mumma out me say be omu yakofu. That's not what I'm saying. But they are minimum in America. Papa knows also the passion with which he wants to help this country. Somebody with that kind of network across oil and gas to manufacturing to fish. Talk about what? It refers to a pedigree. In fact, nipa no ring na almost efatao. But in this dispensation, wo moyi abibia ne nipa Nyankopon yi ne ma o. Yewra nanado. Onim ne ntia me hu se na ehu hia se yewra nana. 1 minute 2008 no. It was when COVID hit. I want to know who say Nyankopon. The leadership with the man moved and calmed everybody down. Those days, what fellow Ghanaians. Every evening, no, we are veterans.
Fellow Ghanaians. Fellow Ghanaians. I think that would be one of, if anything at all.
Yeah. So, Oman Penny, the whole world was even recognizing him for his leadership in such crisis situation. I mean, if there were to be any other president, I know also how be handled. But you see, they near who near did what the man did at the time, excellent. To be an enemy, say,
so man will send a baby drew her. Okay.
And I strongly believe that this time round, be a Christian. And I am religion, I'm leave it to me. But I strongly have that belief. Prophets, I be bearing time and Agyapong you more. Bernard Noah or Kemusa in the wilderness speaking for Ken. I don't think so for nothing. Nyaminim near Dianim, the crisis situation we have in our country with the youth unemployment and how serious it is as a national security issue. Say I'm here be explode on which is not too far. Say you beer or take extremely bold decision. Take the bull by the horn and drive the economy into a productive economy. A big create jobs are.
Yeah.
Your bill for security per annum near there. One say increase the benefits. One budget near there. I have trend no. And no crime intimi and solve a lot of crime. And near we do baby ever since South Africa. Yeah. And this is the time I believe you can. I was say Oba. We've tried others. Let us try somebody who have a simplistic approach to things. Businessman. That does not complicate matters. Do baby let's use the common sense approach to things. But I have strong faith in him, say. This job creation agenda, Papa Nukran, this is the time I hear the most.
This is very. You see, we have other politicians, people that they don't back. They speak undertone. Now, when they speak undertone, it sinks so well. And I think you have that power of how to communicate politically to people to understand your message, because communication is very important. The medium and how you put it is very, very important. Storytelling mood, where you try to put yourself in the person's shoes, control your tone, up and down. Mr. B. But any way, can you mean you communication minister?
Oh, Perivo, Mama, I consequently don't know. I any other patch of it, but to the corner. Obi oni mi bi oni say be
and politics you know it's your opinion.
Yeah,
even court decisions an opinion of the court. So you have every right to express your opinion.
Absolutely.
You are not inciting to insult anybody, devoid of insult. So
and I say me go overboard baby am on fanche me enye say me ye you say do baby ada euphoria no.
Sometimes the passion over.
Yeah, political stage so as no stage na so and I yet if you say so do come on.
Yeah.
It's here about me. I said, no, be a baby now and the da. And you know as a person. Oh, but baby, a party in general.
Speak to the fact.
We speak truth and we speak to the facts. You don't mean but me dear, my comment was a bit to me pa can consider you at this time.
Me that's say. So that you made come on. I was for Mr. William Edu or no, and then me didn't come out. County on the chairman for NPP Agyapong West constituency or no nominating common and honorable Ken Ebom constituencies when I declared so because when himself on the dinner Dr. Baumian and now dinner chino Susanna Bedia was assumes to as one son. The time you drew dear say or didn't support American. Then some more kind, you know, solid TV food tribe did to TikTok now acquire almost about 90% when you read the comment under the poster. Internet be trapped na monsieur. So far as I have a personal relationship with him, let me take this opportunity to pass by to ask, hey, boss, the boss won't come Ghana for you know yard. Intending and then BP Moha, I believe said Ibishan be free. As I said, we have signed up for democracy in Ghana. It does not mean that we should all belong to one political party, one fashion. We all have our own ideas, ideologies, and perceptions. It does not mean that you have to belittle somebody's own too. You have to respect each other's opinion, devoid of insult. And now you see, you can hear from his voice that he did not insult, incite, impugn anybody's integrity. He spoke to the fact that he knows. If you think you also have something otherwise, you can also do the same thing to make sure that we move as a country. And I believe that when we all understand a teen as Ghana crank be there. If you not say politics and yet say the mere fact that no one have an interest except you men for born for more and assembly do what it's about drinking Senator for cranky dim back on. The same thing in the past year. So I believe that when we adopt such strategy, we're rather going to deepen our democracy and also bring that kind of cohesion between us as people in this country. My name is Asik Dasi, and thanks for watching. In fact, because I'll be bringing you interviews like this often. What I say, Senabaya, I'm on for better my dream, and to or more delegate so you can make an informed decision as to who you want to vote for. But the battle now, the right now is a bojayo. Because of Bojaya 31st year, you be able to smoothness level. So be a canon. And guys, thank you very much for watching. My name is Isaac Darcy. I'll come with some other time. Bye for now.